Worm Brains was on Dana Bash, and her question was very simple. What is your plan to help this country in case there's another COVID-19, some kind of health outbreak? I want you to watch this guy completely go off course, and then let's talk about it.
Is that we need to protect our constitutional rights. That is the primary obligation
of our country. What does that mean?
Well, during COVID, we completely dismantled our constitutional rights. We began censoring people in violation of the First Amendment.
But you're saying what not to do. I'm asking what to do. But I want to talk about.
That's something to do. That is the number one priority. We protect the Constitution. The Constitution was written.
Forgive me, but you're talking about rights, and I'm asking about a potential public health crisis that is coming. But I do want to
And one of the mistakes we made in the last time was suppressing those rights so people weren't being heard. The doctors who were saying you're doing it wrong were being marginalized and vilified.
Yeah,
and
because again, I really want to move on, but.
Yeah,
you were saying yes, I do.
You were part of the problem.
No, I wasn't part of the problem.
There was absolute press malpractice. You weren't allowing your
Mr.
job.
Secretary,
your job is a fierce skepticism toward authority, and you weren't doing that. You were beating up on people who were dissenting.
No. Okay, you want to sit here and attack me, or do you want to have conversations about public health?
Me.
I'm not attacking you. I'm asking questions about how to prevent the next pandemic.
Question, and I'll tell you.
And that summarizes what MAGA is. It's white grievance. How can I be the victim? Who did he blame? Oh, they stole your constitutional rights. They silenced you. They strapped you to electric chairs and put a mask on your face. But her emails, but her laptop, but Biden, but Obama. Her question was, what is your plan to help America not have another COVID-19? It's like saying, where'd you go on vacation? Oh, I brushed my teeth this morning. But this is what it is. This is victimhood. It's grievance. And last week I made a video about this. This guy had left MAGA. And the guy was asking him a question. He goes, why? What caused you to leave, and why did you become MAGA? He's like, I was so angry all the time. It was like a dopamine hit. I was always upset, angry. I thought somebody was coming for my guns. I thought socialism was taking over. I thought communism was coming over. I thought Antifa was coming. I thought the radical left hated America. And he's like, the moment that I turned off Fox News, I left MAGA. And that's where we are in this country. That's why I call MAGA white trash, because you are. Because you don't believe that 2 + 2 is 4. You believe that it is 5. And you think that you believe that it's 5, that it makes it a fact. You don't believe Donald Trump is a rapist, even though it was in a court of law. You don't believe he's a convicted felon, even though it's a court of law. You don't believe because January 6th, even though he sat there and lied about the election for months. You don't believe that he's defending child molesters, even though he's actively doing it. You say he's not a racist, but he posts memes of the Obamas as monkeys. He questions the birth of Barack Obama, the first black man. He takes away DEI and affirmative action and anything that helps black people. Takes away the history of slavery, the Smithsonian. Has dinner with white supremacists. Everything that you're presented with, every piece of information is fake. And that's why we're separated. Because you're so angry and pissed off that you want to blame one political party. Your entire personality is owning the libs. Democrats hate America. And you think because you wave a fucking flag and 48 flags and you sing God Bless America and you have all bald eagles, that's nationalism. If you loved America, you would put in candidates that want to make the country better. Donald Trump ran on zero platform. He literally said, I have concepts of a plan. He talked about Hannibal Lecter eating his neighbor's brains, electric sharks, windmills causing cancer. He never released his taxes. He added $8.2 trillion to the debt. He ran on nothing. He said he'd end the war in Ukraine on day one. We're a year and a half into it. Where's that? But you don't care. You are incapable of getting out of your victim mentality. You're like drug addicts. You need more and more and more and more outrage. You need to blame more brown people. And what really, really drives this is the gentleman that I just referenced. He said, you know, the thing that really, and I knew it was a lie, but I believed it. I thought that white America was being replaced by brown people. Because that's what RFK and Trump and that Nazi Stephen Miller is. You blame everybody for every problem in America except for white people. I'm sorry, slavery, white people. Segregation, white people. Jim Crow, white people. Trail of Tears, Wounded Knee, the Middle Passage where we kidnap black people, white people, white people, white people. January 6th, mainly white people. Trump, a rapist, a white man. The vast majority of gun violence, white men. Who molested kids in Catholic Church? White men. Who assaulted women in the Baptist Church? White men. You see a trend? But somehow you've been convinced through bullshit propaganda, through fascism and Fox News and OAN and your white grievance that somehow the brown people coming from Mexico are stealing your America. And the fascinating thing is, I was at lunch the other day, and I saw these birds fighting over literally 6 birds were fighting over a piece of bread. And that's exactly what we're doing. And instead of blaming and looking and saying, you know what, the person that has the whole bread bowl, that person just gave you a little crumb and we're fighting over it. And I'm saying tax the shit out of rich people. But instead of doing that, you want to blame immigrants and Muslims, they're eating your pets, and Puerto Rico's a shithole country, and the brown people, and the black people, and the women, and the transgenders, and the gays. Mr. Potato Head, Dr. Seuss, the movie Odyssey is woke, Mr. Potato Head's woke, Dr. Seuss is woke. It's all bullshit. And every day you need more ways to be pissed off while you can't afford to brush your 6 teeth, while you can't afford to make your rent on your trailer, while you're coming back from your Klan rallies, while you can't afford a good wedding for you and your cousin, and you fucking, yeah, but I own the libs. And you will be sitting on the side of a street, butt naked, homeless, eating out of a garbage, but at least I own the libs. And that's why we're separated. Because you don't want a better America. You only want a white America, and you want to be the victim of something. You're like drug addicts. And that's what Worm Brains represented. White victimhood. It's time that we address that as a country. And I'm sick of it. The only demographic that hasn't been treated less than is white people. Have a white day.